All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the GetGrowing Weekly Work Session with GetOiling. I'm Coach Ashley, joined by our glorious team here today. Founders Greg and Amanda Kilwine. We've got Kim Ming and Jessica and Colin here as well. As you're coming in, come in and let us know where you're coming in from and how things are going for you today. Today, we're going to talk about what GetOiling plan is right for you. We've got some fun training to show you as well, showing you how to very easily and simply connect up links to Young Living products directly from your site, whether that be an email, blog, member area, or wherever. And then we're going to do some website reviews as well. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and just blow right through this. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the Q&A box. You came here looking for help today. We're here to help you. So go ahead and add what you came here to learn, to know. If you've got questions, and if you're brand new, welcome. We're really excited to have you. This is totally free to anyone who is growing or wants to grow their Young Living business online. You don't have to be a member of our community, although we certainly hope you would join us. So I'm going to pop over to the slides here, and we're going to get this show on the road, guys. Oh, and actually before that, let's pop off video so that the recording is clear. Thanks. Fantastic. Let me know if you can see my screen okay. We good?
Yeah, looks good.
Thanks, Greg. All right. So today we're going to talk about which GetOiling plan is right for your business. Again, if you came here today with any questions, go ahead and add those to the Q&A. If there's something that you're struggling with, that you're really trying to get figured out today that we can help you with, we want to help you out. Add those questions to the Q&A right now. So in today's training, we're going to talk about what you get with your GetOiling membership, how to pick a plan that is right for your business, what plan you need if you have blank, right? Insert strategy or situation or what have you here. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the mindset that makes this all work, and then get into some live Q&A and website reviews after training. Guys, you're going to want to stick around for this. You're going to see real live GetOiling websites from our members, and you're going to see feedback on those so that you can learn what they're learning at the same time, no matter where you're at. So if you're watching this as a recording, hello, you in the future. You can go to getoiling.com/weekly work session to get on the list and join these live calls, get notifications for when we go live, get invitations to have your work reviewed, and to get live help on this call. All right, so for those of you high reds who just really want to get to the point here, let's talk about what GetOiling is. Importantly, we are everything you need to grow Young Living under one roof at an unbeatable price, period. Everything with the VO, right? We are professional grade, meaning any person with a business that could grow a business on the internet could use our software, and they're currently probably using a very expensive and complicated stack of many other softwares to do those things. But we are built exclusively by and for Young Living distributors, and have had this platform since 2015 when Greg built it for Amanda. So we have systems here, you guys, that have developed over time as a result of working together with you guys in the field. Again, we didn't create this for anyone other than you. We have been able to devise systems that support you from distributor to Royal Crown Diamond. No matter how you grow your business, you have ways to set things up so that you can maximize your time and your output with our software, working smarter, not harder. And guys, there is no comparison to what we offer on the whole to anything else in the Young Living universe. You could go put 5 other things together and maybe that might compare, but it still probably doesn't. So who we are at the end of the day is the most complete business solution for Young Living distributors on the planet, period. We've been serving thousands of you guys since 2015. And we are trusted by countless leaders in the field all the way to Royal Crown Diamond. So what we do with all of our plans is we help you get out there and attract people who are ready to join you and work with you. We help you to get organized, systematize your business so you're working smarter, not harder, and truly, actually, finally spending your time on real income producing activities, the things that actually get new members in the door and of course, duplicate your growth. We also help you simplify your sharing. Guys, this starts from the lowest level, like beginner seed plan. that you can get with us. We have pre-made website templates that naturally pull people toward yes, keeping them curious so that they're driven toward the thing that converts, which is a conversation with you. We help you take your events and classes online. Again, this is available at any level, and the levels progress based on your needs. You can take your events and classes online with Zoom, your meetings online. Zoom is built in, right? You don't have to get a separate Zoom registration. This is built-in event registration, email and text campaigns, and an online course platform is available to you as well. You can also keep in touch easily with leads, members, and team with your email and text broadcasts and campaigns. Automate the important but not profitable stuff like teaching, right? And get off of Facebook if you want to in our own private members area, which is available at Basic and Up. You can also plug your builders into systems that take you out of the teacher's chair, not a profitable place to be in a business, and put you back into leading by example by getting new members on a consistent basis. Now, if you're not a writer or a designer, you lack time, this stuff just spins your head, don't worry. We have partnered with your favorite Young Living content providers, and we are continually growing our list of partners who seamlessly integrate their promotional and educational, beautiful, smart, gorgeous content that saves you time, that gets you this stuff out to your members in a fraction of the time it would take for you to try to do it all yourself. We are everything but the virtual office, all under one roof. You got website, email, text, contact management, blogging, team leader tools, private member area, online courses, all built for the sole purpose of duplicating your Young Living business and providing you with the best opportunity to get the most out of this without it owning all of your time, all right? And on top of that, there are hundreds of hours of free training on strategy, tech, marketing, and more. Anyone can put this system to use to grow Young Living, whether you just started and decided you wanted to start sharing yesterday, or you are already at Royal Crown. We are able to accommodate you because of the expansive nature of our plans. And we've got this free live support. Of course, if you're here right now live, you are seeing this. You've got a live support and the ability for us to even review your site and work with you to make it better on these live weekly work sessions. So no matter what plan you're on, and we're going to break these down here in just a second, all of our plans are backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. All of them. We're super easy to upgrade or downgrade if for whatever reason you need to scale things back or you see that you need to scale things up. We have world-class support and training. We love hearing from you guys in the inbox, and it just brightens our day when we see that you love what we are able to do to help you, because it means the world to us. There are no contracts here. If you decide you don't love us, we're not going to give you a hassle, and you can cancel anytime. So it's all plans, all right? Let's talk about our most popular plans here. And most importantly, for you guys to understand, our most popular plans have everything, right? Everything that I've described here, you have everything. It's just a matter of getting a little bit more the further up you go based on the number of people you're serving and the capacity that you need to be able to serve them. So basic, premium, and pro are our most popular plans. They're all $1 for the first 30 days. And if you came here through a friend as a referral, you're going to get $1 for your first 45 days as your beginning rate. And of course, if you want to compare our plans and actually go and see for yourself and dig through all of the granularity, you can go to getoiling.com/sign-up to get all of these details anytime you want to reference this. So at its core, we are a dedicated contact manager for Young Living, meaning this is a place for you to store all of your contacts. If you are someone who's out there right now, let's just say building in the inbox on Instagram or Facebook, you probably don't have a way of keeping in touch with people in an automated or at least reminder-based fashion without spending about 5 times more time than you ought to be. What a contact manager or a CRM does for you is provides you a base of organization so that you can see who is where in the process. You can have your notes all in one place and reminders for when you need to reach out to whom based on what they need to hear from you. Are they a member who needs a monthly follow-up from you to make sure they're getting what they need out of their membership? Are they a lead who you spoke to 2 days ago and you need to be reminded today to get in touch with them? That's what we are at the core. Everything branches out from this thing. On top of that, we've got done for you replicated website pages that facilitate Young Living sharing and signups. It takes all of the guesswork out of this, and it doesn't, importantly, it doesn't kind of wave the Young Living banner all big and wide up front for people who don't understand or know the value of Young Living yet. These pages are beautifully designed and keep people curious so that they're led back to a conversation with you. And these are available at every single one of our plans, and they are globally compliant. We have multiple plans for multiple markets. No matter where you are in the world, we have a page that will fit in with what you are doing so that you can use us to share. We are your communications and marketing hub, no matter what plan you're at. That's text, email marketing, Zoom meetings, and we are a duplicable resource to build your team. Now, all of these things are present in every level of GetOiling. These features simply expand with each plan level. All right, so if you're just getting your toes wet, right? If you've just started, maybe you're not quite sure about building a business with Young Living, and you're just wanting to kind of try this out, but you want to work smart, you want to be organized, right? Or maybe you're shoestringing your budget right now, and that's totally fine. We have all of these features here for you, right? We show you how many people are going to your page. You can still blog with us on our $7 a month plan. That's huge. Right? I don't know of a single platform that exists that gives you your own professional blog with a CRM attached for $7 a month. It's insane. So you have the ability to really start with us wherever you are. And of course, I just mentioned $7. I want to make sure that this video stays relevant for a long period of time. So if you ever want to go and check out our current pricing, again, get over to getoiling.com and click that sign up button, and you'll be able to see all of our plans in detail with current pricing. So what I just want to point out to you guys here is, again, all of the things that we have in all of our plans are available at every level. Now, the things that do start to become added on, the more advanced stuff, are at our more popular levels. But if you're just getting started, Seed and Starter is a fine place to start. You get a little bit of everything, and it's everything that you need to get started. And it's easy to upgrade once you max out your capacity. Say you need to have more than another person on Zoom with you, and maybe you've got a couple of people now that you're serving in your team, and you want to move up, you can move up from Seed to Starter, just for instance. Now, where you see here, maybe under Seed, where you get 100 marketing credits, this means you can send 100 emails a month, right? You need to send more than 100 emails a month. That probably means you need to increase your plan, right? All right, so if you're serious about growing, but you're just getting started, right? It's specifically serious about growing online, because this is where we start to offer our private member area. This is where we start to add on the digital upline coach, right? You've got more features here that are pro level features, but it's for you when you're just getting started, right? I just need a few of these things as I am establishing myself, as I am growing my team. The way that I like to look at basic as a recommendation is that if you are up to about silver with one or fewer serious builders on your team, basic should be a really great start for you until you're ready to start branding yourself and branching out with what our platform has to offer. Now, if you have a dedicated strategy, so if you're following, let's just say Martha Krejci's programs, for instance, like her home-based revolution, if you've got a dedicated strategy that maybe includes things like coaching programs or excuse me, or online courses, you're branding yourself potentially above and beyond what you are offering with Young Living, you want to be at premium. This opens up branding solutions for you. You have greater control over how you show up at premium. So if you're leading a team, if you've got more than one dedicated builder, you've got a wider range of team leader tools here. You're able to control how you show up more effectively. And of course, this is going to support you with whatever that dedicated strategy might be. And again, mentioning specifically, if you're getting into branding and you have a branding strategy, you're going to want to be here. Now, if you have an established team, if you are an established brand and you got an established business, you got online courses, or you want to have them, you have a coaching program, or you want to have one, you are leading a reasonably sized team, let's just say you are about at gold or platinum, this is something that you want to be looking at, right? Depending on how many emails you need to send out, right? And the thing is, guys, all of these are $1 for your first month. If you decide that Pro has got maybe a little bit more than you need, you could always bump down to Premium but just by shooting us an email. It's really simple. Diamond is for big team, big brand, big business. This is our Cadillac maxed out plan. Again, we are designed to carry you all the way through to and on with the crown. So if you need that advanced capacity, it's everything that I've already mentioned that we've already got, just expanded, just bigger. And an important thing to note, guys, if you need, let's just say for instance, you are at Silver, you got one builder, and let's just say, let me go back here. Let's just say you're at Silver, you got one builder, but you really, like you have an online class and you just really want to be able to create an online class. In the instances where, let's just say at Basic, you don't have enough vaults because Basic offers one vault in one online class and you want to expand that, we are able to add on to your plan. And we can do that with marketing credits as well. If a plan feels like a really great fit for you right now, you're not quite ready for the next one, but you'd like to add on features, guys, just reach out. We're human, we're here. We're actually all here right now, and we're happy to help you get what you need out of this platform. All right, so I want to put this into perspective for you guys. This is really important. I really want to impress upon you that this is an investment in the growth of your business, right? You are here today because you are investing in yourself so that you are better able to take advantage of the opportunity in front of you to grow and to create expansive compounding residual income with Young Living, right? Maybe quick show of hands. Who is here to do that? Who is here to grow themselves so that you can get that compounding, expanding residual income? All right. So we understand that we have to begin looking at the way that we operate a little differently if we are going to get the results that we want, right? What got you here might not get you there, right? So with that said, let's put this into perspective. If you were to try and build your business with the strategies that we teach and with what our partners like Martha Krejci teach, you would expect in any other business to pay hundreds to thousands of dollars per month to get all of the things that you get with this platform. Look at this stack here. Look at the prices over here on the right-hand side. These are very real. I have run client programs and businesses on the back end with this kind of pricing structure attached. And then of course, on top of that, you've got to have a really expensive someone who knows how to keep it all working together. Guys, you have everything under one roof and it's designed to duplicate Young Living, okay? You are making an investment here in the growth of your business. So where you see price, first consider if you were to shop elsewhere, the stack of things that you're able to get inside of this platform is an absolute slash down price based on any other place you could go. But even more importantly, it's critical that we take in this mindset of understanding that if we are approaching what we use to build our business from a mindset of lack, then how are we to expect our results to bring us abundance, right? So we're making an investment in the growth of our business here and a commitment to use these tools to get big results, to get those results that you came for, right? So we aren't charging you thousands of dollars per month like you would ultimately have to pay if you went with other solutions to get all of the things that we're able to provide you. And you're getting a lot more than even what those people are paying for, right? So how will you use this resource to grow today? So here's how you pick your plan. First, if you are totally new, completely new, green to the idea of growing Young Living online, go ahead with Cedar Starter. Perfectly great place for you to start getting a hang of what we offer, of how we can help you grow your business. If you're a distributor right now and you haven't enrolled your first person, or maybe you've enrolled a couple and it just kind of, you feel overwhelmed, totally fine, totally fine. Start with Cedar Starter. and just get a hang of how to put some smart business practices, some smart systems to use for you so that you can grow. And then pick a plan to expand into once you're ready, right? If you're getting started out with growing Young Living online, meaning like you are dedicated, you have a strategy. This in particular, if you are working with Go for Gold from Martha Krejci, for instance, if you're starting out with growing Young Living online, distributor through early silver, basic is a great place for you to start. Now, if you're serious about online growth, branding yourself, or if you have a parallel business like a coaching platform, like if you're an ULA life coach, if you're an AFT practitioner, you want to connect your GetOiling site to that business. Or if you are a massage therapist, a chiropractor, a counselor, whatever it is, a photographer, you want to attach that into your GetOiling site. Or if you have more than one serious business builder on your team, you're going to want to look at premium and up. And whether you go premium, pro, diamond, you're just going to want to look at your list size and how many emails or texts you expect to send on a monthly basis to pick the plan that works for you. And of course, the way that you intend to operate your business. Okay. This is the definitive guide here. If you're totally new, if growing on Young Living online, if you've always been belly to belly and it just confuses, it just confuses the mess out of you to try to figure out how you're going to make this work, just start with Cedar Starter. Use our replicated sites for easy sharing to manage your online events. Start doing some classes online, perhaps, like record those videos, and then expand as you get more comfortable, right? Those are intended for you to get feel for this, for us to have a way to accommodate you no matter where you are right now. And then as you want to expand into the full set of what we are able to help you get done in your business, go through basic, and then move on up to premium and pro when you're ready and you're dedicated and you know what you're going to do and that you want control of your brand and to be able to expand your business and your offerings inside of this one platform, always knowing that no matter what plan you're at, you are saving hundreds, if not thousands per month on what anyone else doing the same kind of things are spending in any other business on the internet. All right. So no matter what you choose, you guys, you're backed by our guarantee, our world-class support, and live reviews and help on a weekly basis. So are you ready to get growing? We're going to get into some Q&A and site reviews here. Greg would, if it's Greg that's going to do this, anyone else is welcome to. We're going to show a cool thing and a way for you to reference this cool thing on the GetOiling website to help you better share your Young Living products when you want to link to them on your website.
Sounds good. Can you make me co-host for that, I think?
Sure can.
All right, there we go. Let me get my screen shared. So today's little mini tip, this came from somebody in, I think, one of the Facebook groups that were in here, had a question about like, hey, can I take my Young Living product link on their website and make a link that has my member number on it so that if they buy it, I get, you know, some credit for it. And yes, you can actually. So I will share out my screen and show you how to do this. We actually did just put this in the help article too. So this same thing is available if you search for like YL retail or retail, I think it'll come up in the help center. Which if you haven't seen the help center, that's down here too. This is probably, hopefully becomes your best friend down here. If you search for, I think it's retail, if I remember one of the keywords, but no, actually it's not. I'll add that keyword after this. But yeah, so there's a link to a YL product and we've got this demo later if you need to reference it later. But really, so let's say you're typing up a blog post and you're talking about peppermint. I love peppermint. This is where you get it. And then you're like, well, okay, how do I link this over there? So what you do is you go to the Young Living website and you find whatever product it is you want to look for. Here I happen to just have this up. Super simple. Just come up here to the address, grab this, copy it, and then you come over here and GetOiling has this nifty little leaf icon right here. It says insert YL link with my member number. So click on that and you can come in here and paste in the link that you just had there and it'll produce this link for you. Now this will, you see it has added a member number on there, which is awesome, but you probably want the link to look a little bit nicer than this thing because it's kind of scary looking if you ask me. So if you click on it and click on the link and then click this pencil and come down to here where it says text. and just change this to something that you want it. You know, let's say click here, maybe. Whoops, I gotta actually have to click update. Click here. I'll click update down here. You can see the link changes to a nicer looking version, but it's got the same link behind the scenes. If they click it, it'll take them off. And then if they complete the purchase, it does pass through your member number so that you can get credit. So that was one of the top of the, I guess, questions that came in today. So, and again, this is in that help article down here too. If you search for, I think, a link to a YL product, I'll add the word retail down here. We do have a new video down here that actually shows you the very same thing in about 30 seconds. So yeah, cool.
Excellent. Excellent. Hey, so Dana Brigman, are you here? You applied for a website review. Go ahead and maybe pop your hand up for me. I'm going to lower hands real quick. Dana, if you're here, could you raise your hand so we could see if you're here? There you are. Hi there. Excited
Hi.
to look over your website today.
I'm terrified.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you are. Let me see. Is it welloiledcanine.com? I love this.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about you and what you are wanting to do with your website.
So my world is all about dogs. I started out as a dog trainer and keep trying to incorporate the Young Living products into the health and behavior and the nutrition and all that comes with that for dogs. So I keep trying to do things that I don't know how to do, and I'm worried I'm going to break everything, because I really want my page to lean further into the dog space, right? I want it to feel like we're talking about dogs and animals rather than babies and kids. Even though I know many of my clients have both, I want it to feel like this is really focused on animal health and well-being.
Okay. I love that. So this is your landing page. You wanted to have a look at your funnel, right?
It doesn't work. I mean, I don't think I have it working right. I've not had anybody sign up for it. I'm not sure people are even finding my page. I feel like I am a hot mess. And I keep tweaking and fidgeting with things, and I finally stopped because I'm just overwhelmed, and I don't even know where to go next.
Okay, well, you're in the right place. So let me ask you first, are you following any strategy? So are you in like Go for Gold, or like what are you following right now?
I do maybe have, one of our trainings? I have Go for Gold, Silver, and Martha's HBR, but there's a lot. There's a lot. And so my intent is to start over with Go for Gold, because honestly, I really have not done it. I've looked at it, I've thought about it, but I haven't taken action.
Okay.
I'm trying to get that rolling.
Okay, so a couple of things. For those of you who don't have Go for Gold, highly recommend. Dana, since you do have access to it, definitely recommend just start at the beginning and just complete the work at every step, because once you do, you'll not only know how to create funnels, which is what this is the front page of a funnel on our site. You'll have the entire strategy understood as well as you're putting those things into place. So highly recommend that you do that. We also have, for those of you who want to even see this before you even get started with us, you can go to getoiling.com/get-leads. And we also show you there how to create a full funnel with a download. Let me ask you this, Dana, what are you offering here?
Well, I have had a wellness guide that I could offer, right? I haven't connected it. Well, it would go out in email. It needs some love, because I feel like the work that I have done with GetOiling, with Go for Gold and HBR, makes me feel like it's too salesy. I'm trying to figure out how to gain the interest and the reader, somebody to actually read it and go, oh, that applies to me, that feels like me, without it feeling like, hey, here's just stuff that feels salesy. And I don't know how to do that. I have been challenged more than once on the crafting of words, sort of that, the writing of the content or the copy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't know how to write my sentences any differently. I really don't.
Well, that's, and so here's the good news for you, Dana. Clear over clever will always win. When you start overthinking it and trying to be clever, that's when we lose people. That's when people start feeling sold to. That's when people start to feel that there is a lack of authenticity. So you speaking authentically about things that truly matter to you, and you're speaking to people who you know these things matter to as well, those people are always going to get it. And if they don't, they're not your people, and that's okay, right? There are enough of, you know, the right people out there for you. So, so tell me about the guide. What is in this DIY wellness guide?
Well, it begins talking about how I started to make the shift into wellness for my own dogs, and it related a lot to their behavior and became about their longevity. And then how that turned me into, well, if it can do all this for the dogs, what can it do for me as a dog mama, so to speak?
Okay.
And so there's information in there about how to think about nutrition, or supporting your dogs when it's time to receive vaccines, or, you know, and maybe a detox for those that have been over vaccinated. And it's just too much. And so I think maybe I need to break it into a first page and then a series of emails that follow. And I just,
that's right.
I can't wrap my head around it.
You already have your head wrapped around it is the thing. Like you've kind of already got it. I think you need to trust what you know and trust yourself. Think of it like this, right? All of this stuff that we're doing is not creating some kind of magic trick. All that we're doing here is taking what we know and laying it out in a way that preserves our time and allows us to serve more people and less of it, right? So if you were to share what you know about how, are you a dachshund mom, by the way? Is that why we have a dachshund here?
I am.
Dachshunds are, seriously, I'm sorry, Wally, they're some of the best dogs in the whole world. I had one and he had IVDD and he just, they're wonderful. And so dachshund mamas or former dachshund mamas such as myself, or forever dachshund mamas, we're going to hear you and we're going to listen because we get each other in a certain special kind of way, that these magical little short-legged creatures rule the world. They rule our worlds, right? And you've already got like a way that you can speak to someone else who's on the same page as you. And obviously this isn't just about dachshunds. This is about anyone who loves dogs, and any dog loving person has probably got their ears perked up right now. Okay, so first, understand what you're trying to do here is help that person that we know you know how to speak to. You're trying to help that person, and as many of that person as possible, without you having to be there for the entire conversation for every single one of them, because we want the reach here to be in the thousands, the tens of thousands, the millions, right? But there's not enough of you to be able to repeat these things for that many people. So that's all you're doing. So think about it like this. If you're going to create something that people are going to opt in for, it needs to be something that has a doable, quick, important benefit that, okay, yes, arguably you could maybe find the answers to anything on the internet, right? But they want to hear it from you because they see you're credible. They see you're into what they're into. They feel heard by you in the way that you speak. So you give them a benefit, something you know that they need, right? So, you know, if we're just going to keep this dachshund specific, you know, this could be about, you know, protecting their back when you move into a house with stairs, right? Like here's my quick guide to preserving your dog's spinal health. And for dachshund mamas, that's like, yep, tell me about that. Like, oh, and number 4 is one that I never would have thought of, right? And maybe for you, that's, you know, supplementation or something. Do you see where I'm going at with that? We're talking about one thing that's super important, and we're not going all encompassing. What you're kind of talking about here, and the reason why you definitely are seeing that you need to break it down, is that you're kind of offering a full buffet when somebody just needs a bite.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I understand.
So think about just one bite. Think about a bite you can give them, and it make it a really, really good bite, right? A really powerful bite that's going to help them in a way that maybe they haven't been helped. Maybe they're searching for answers to something like this. Give them that thing. and then invite them to stay tuned, right? Because there's other little pieces of this bigger buffet that you're going to pop out into blog posts. And then on that blog post, you're going to say, hey, by the way, if you like this tip or this article or whatever, you're looking for ways to help your dog with X, Y, or Z, click this link here, and it's going to give you my step-by-step or my shopping list or my whatever to get you this benefit. And if somebody they read that blog post and they love it, and they like how you talk, they like how you aren't, over clevering and you're being clear about what you're saying, and they resonate with you, of course they're going to want to click that link, and then they get into your funnel. Now that's a real person that said, Dana, I respect what you have to say and what you know, and I want to learn more from you. And that's exactly the person that you want to try to have a one-on-one conversation with, and they could come from anywhere in the world. Does that make sense?
Understand.
So what you're going to do is you're going to, and this is covered in Go for Gold. So you have access to this. You should use it. Follow those modules. Don't let yourself get too hung up on your bat signal. It's just who you are. And like, just let it be that, and go for completion. By the time you get to, in the first module, you're going to build a funnel. And I show you in the video, step by step, what do you write? How do you plan? How do you plug it up? How do you make it all work together? Okay. And then as you move through, you eventually get to a thing that we call message mapping. And that's where I actually teach you my outline strategy to give you all these little bits and pieces that are going to tell you exactly what you can write about in your blog posts. And they're all already in your head. It's nothing new. You're just going to see it organized and in context. And so that is where you go and you share stuff on a regular weekly basis, let's just say. And then you offer up this link here. Right. And of course, in this link, you would want to modify this just a little bit so that this is, again, just that it's a bite. It's a quick bite that has a big payoff.
Right. But
and you know of a million of those things.
If I'm referring back out to this particular guide in blog post, wouldn't they already have it if they found me on? And maybe that's where I just overthink things, right? I mean, we're sort of hitting a first timer with, hey, here's a guide. But then you're sending them back here several weeks later after they've read a few blogs. That doesn't make sense to me.
Got you. So people who read your blog at first are going to be people that already know you, and they may be people who are already on this list, and that's okay. The strategy that you're following with Go for Gold does teach you syndication and content creation. What that means is you're creating content, little seeds of information that go out and share with the world things that you know. This is on your blog. And if you're following the final module in Go for Gold, it's on video as well. And what you do is people will find that content. See, the reason why we don't just talk about build Facebook, build with Facebook only or build with Instagram only, and why that, I mean, when I train about this, I talk about that being a hamster wheel, because it is. You have to repeat work over and over and over and over again in order for you to get the engagement that you need to get the leads that you want who are ready to talk with you. It's a lot more work for the same payoff. When you're creating content on places like Google, your blog, so your blog will actually eventually rank on Google if you're using keywords, if you're answering people's questions, if you're following the strategies that are in Go for Gold, you will eventually start getting leads. And oh my gosh, especially if you're using YouTube, right? So both of those things, YouTube is owned by Google. When people search for answers to questions that they have about how they can better take care of their dogs holistically, or whatever the angle is that you're coming from, they're going to find you. You will be found by people who don't know you, and they will not see this guide. They will see the content that you create first.
Okay.
Right? This guide is really the front door for them to come in and start having a conversation with you, or to be someone who wants to be closer and kept in the loop on further content that you put out. What people are going to be coming to you for is going to be based on the content that you put out there. This is what links to that content, that gets them into the circle, that gets them into the proximity of a conversation with you one-on-one. It makes things relevant. Does that make sense?
I understand. I do.
Okay. So yeah, since you have Go for Gold, like this is taught in full, from a who do I serve and how, all the way through to how do I make that video that points to this lead magnet that gets me leads that I sign up into Young Living. That's all in there. But what I would say is, and just specifically regarding what we're looking at right here, is that once you figure out what that high value bite is, right? Because right now you're kind of offering a buffet. Create a high value bite. And then basically what you're going to do is on this page, you're going to say, learn my 3 steps to get this benefit. Get my shopping list for this thing. Does that make sense? Like you're literally just saying, here is literally what's on the other side of this page. And if you would like to get that thing, here's what you do. And that way it's not clever, or you don't have to be wordy or you know, or clear or clever with your copy or anything like that at all. You just are saying, hey, I made a guide. It teaches you how to do this thing. And if you're here right now, that's probably what you want. So here's what you do to get it.
Okay. That triggers maybe, and it may be more than 3. Maybe it's a 5 steps to healthy seniors.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. And it could be, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, healthy senior dogs. You could drill it down even further if you wanted to. I think that's a fine first step. It is. I would healthy seniors, think a little bit more about, maybe get into the head of the person who has the senior dog. What are they searching for? Like you know a high value answer to a question because you've got experience and you're passionate about this. I think you know something that's a little more specific than 5 steps for healthy seniors, because that could be a blog post. But you know something, like you have access to something, and it's obvious to you. That's why you're not thinking about it. But it's going to be magical to someone else who doesn't know that yet. Does that make sense?
I understand your words. Finding that answer in my head might be a challenge.
Yeah. So when you get into, again, getting into Go for Gold, you're going to find it. Okay. Especially once you get into the unit section, the deep dives, mapping the message. I did a 2-hour video in there with Martha, getting into really kind of drawing out what these things are and where the magic is and what you know. So highly recommend that you go check that out, because you have it, and you should use it because it teaches you exactly what we're talking about right here.
Okay. Awesome.
Do keep putting these beautiful, striking pictures of the pups up here. I think that's a great thing for you to do. But just make sure you're straightforward around, you know, what you're saying. You know, hey, get my guide, 3 steps to this, you know, recipe for that, or whatever. But yeah, I think you'll find what you're looking for in what you already have.
Okay.
Thank you for coming out and sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, of course. And once you have made that additional progress, feel free, come back. You can register on that same page. And actually, let me show you guys real quick before we move on to our second review today. Guys, if you go to getoiling.com/website review, you can register right here. You'll get onto a calendar. You get to pick a date, an upcoming Thursday, for you to get your website reviewed. So if you want our feedback on what you're doing, whether it's on a literal, how do I build the thing, or on a strategic thing, like we just talked about with Dana, make sure you go to getoiling.com/website review, and you can find it there. All right, let's see. Shoshana, are you here? There you are. Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for sharing with us today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So tell us a little bit about you and what you are looking for some help with today.
Well, I think Dana and I had a lot in common. I'm also a hot mess, and I am in Go for Gold, and I need to go back and kind of go through that again, because I've got so many ideas. I'm like a definite squirrel. I got my, you know, as you already know, I'm aromatherapy, you know, I'm a PA, so I've got a lot of health things that I want to draw people into, but I'm also interested in animal health and just some other things. So I've created a landing page, but my website, I feel like it's maybe a little too busy. I don't know.
Okay. So this is where you've got your website pointing right now, right?
Right.
Awesome. So what you've got here is, and we talked about this, you were in the personal branding intensive, and I love the little skulls with the power brain and everything. It's really cute. I would make sure if you're going to use such a graphically striking photo here, that you opt to have a color background on your text.
Okay.
Okay, so that way this actually is a little easier to see.
Okay.
Another thing that you could do is use a landing page theme that might have this brain body and oils over to the left-hand side as a standalone image, and then you could have the additional copy up top, because it is a little hard when you first land here. I see yes, please, but what is it for? And then I'm kind of struggling to read. Want to learn about essential oils. How do you choose an essential oil company?
Okay.
Excellent. All right, so you've got your story here. Good, good. Okay, so what are, do you have a lead magnet in place that you're offering on the other side of this landing page, or is this just going off to a GetOiling theme at this point?
Well, they are getting a newsletter about essential oils and how to choose an essential oil company if they sign up for this. But if they don't want to, register or anything else, it should just take them straight to my website, which if you can look at that.
Oh, this is actually, so here's one thing so this is actually where it's going when we click on this link here. So basically, I mean, you can do this. It's just not the most effective thing for you to do. You want people who want to get the guide to actually give you their information, so they're a lead, so that is someone you can start a conversation with. That's the purpose of this field here. But let's take a look at this, because I think that this would be really helpful for us to look at here. So essential oils, the basics, and this is a pretty extensive guide.
It's really extensive.
Okay.
It's probably just a little too busy, maybe. I mean, people really got to want to sit and read it, and it's probably too much. But
well, so here's the thing. I mean, this is usable, right? It's thick, right? And we need to understand. I know we talked about this a little bit in the branding intensive, and I know we've talked about it on this channel as well. The average human attention span in this day and age, on the internet in particular, is just a handful of seconds. And and so we can't really expect that that people are going to take in something quite so extensive. However, that doesn't make this not useful to you. I think that something like this is you could definitely offer it up front, but it's probably going to be of a little higher value, a little deeper in the funnel, right? So let's take a look here, and actually, importantly, if you are going to offer this, let's just assume keep this as it is, because it's not that this is broken in any way. We're going to talk about something that could be a little more optimal for you right now from a strategic purpose. But what I would encourage you to do is to maybe use an image, like grab a screenshot of this page and make that an image that you pull up maybe over here. So that you can say, get my guide, essential oils, the basics, 10 steps to understanding essential oils and how to pick the right ones from the perspective of an aromatherapist. Right, so that's what we should be taking advantage of right here in this top part of your page, is saying, hey, you there, you came here because you want to know more about essential oils and whether or not you're using the right ones. I'm an aromatherapist. I know a thing or two. I made a guide. It's pretty expensive, but hey, it's free. You can put your information in here to get it. But then what you want to make sure you do is you don't link to it from here, right? Because you do want them to, if they really do want to get that guide, they better put that information in right here so that they become your lead. See, if you offer something and then you give it to them without them putting their info in, then nobody has any reason to become a lead, right?
Right.
And the whole,
so take out the no thanks thing then.
Yes, let's take off the no thanks thing. I keep trying to go back here. Okay, go back. Yeah, and then I would make this top part about that guide, right? So this is, I wrote, I'd call it an ebook. There's a lot in there. I wrote a short ebook on everything you need to know. Really lean into the fact that you are an aromatherapist, that you're trained, that you know about this stuff, and that you're super passionate about it, and that you're really out there to make sure that people understand. Put your why in there. Why does it matter to you that people know what it means to use the right oils? Put that message up here. And then of course, you know, let them know, hey, you can get that for free if you opt in here.
Okay. Can you get in and look at my actual website?
Let me see. Greg, how would I do that if this is the home page here?
If you, excuse me, if you'd link that, click that no thanks. Yeah, there you go. Maybe clicking her logo in the upper
no
left.
thanks. Yeah, the no thanks was going off to the lead magnet. All right, so if I go to home, maybe that. Okay.
There we go.
Awesome. Okay.
There you go.
I see. Okay. This little guy is so cute. All right, so be your own advocate. I would consider making the bottom part of this text less scripted and more of like a heavy font.
Okay. I felt that same way. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You want to make it as easy as possible for people to read and see what's in it for them. And with be your own advocate, I would even say it's time to be your own advocate, or because a lot of people don't necessarily know what this means if they're just arriving here. Or you could say, I help, and then who is your person? I help your person to be their own advocate and take control of their wellness, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, right now, this, I think everyone here knows what this means, but to your ideal person who's looking for help, who doesn't know who you are yet, this isn't their language yet. So just be thinking about what they're saying. You want to talk to them. And then, yeah, I want to make this a little bit more straightforward font here. Join the community, Brain, Body, and Oils. And that goes off to your Facebook group. Excellent. All right, I help transform lives, get my guide, 5 steps to healthier living. And this is the one that we have built in, right?
Right.
Okay, excellent, excellent. This is one as well where I might consider putting color behind the letters just to make it a little easier to read. Do you see how just highlighting that, it makes it stand out a little more? Yeah, sometimes images, the background on images can make it a little tricky to get the right color. Okay. This is nice. Okay. Gosh, you offer so much, and there's so much that you know. So what I would say, and this is something that I mention pretty frequently, and the thing is, where you were talking about what you and Dana have in common around, talking about pets and things like that. You can offer those landing pages, or you could offer those lead magnets on landing pages, and you have so many landing pages that you can make, depending on your plan that you have with us. So, make them. The people that are your people are going to love them. Not everyone's going to love everything, right? We aren't like totally in love with everything about every person in our life, right? Like some things we don't care for, or don't matter. So you're gonna have enough to attract the right people. But I will say this, and I say this fairly frequently, make sure that you take the real estate that's up here above the fold. So if you imagine a newspaper, the above the fold is what you see when it's folded and it's sitting down on a counter, right? You want to use the above the fold space on your webpage, the thing that people see right away, to get a message to your right person right away. Hey, you know who you are. I help you get this.
Okay.
And then offer them something. And that's where you offer your lead magnet. So if for you say, hey, you, or, hey, wellness seeker, right? Because somebody who's looking for essential oils, and you're an aromatherapist, somebody that lands here is probably already on the journey, right? Right. Actually, I should probably ask you, because we have worked together, but not everybody here knows the context. So the person, your ideal person, is someone who is kind of on the journey already, right? They're not like totally clueless. Okay. So, you could say something to the effect of, hey, wellness seeker, I am a certified aromatherapist and cancer survivor, and I know a thing or two about what it means to self-advocate and take control of my wellness. I've created a guide, or I've created an extensive such and such, an ebook that shows you exactly what you need to know to pick the right oils and how to use them. Click here to get it. And that's the kind of thing that you want to have right up here up top. Because when they land there, they want to see, oh, gets me, I'm a wellness seeker. Oh, she's an aromatherapist, I'm listening. Oh, she's got a book. It's free, I'm in. And you only have, like I mentioned, just a handful of seconds when you've got someone's attention to be able to get that action from them, which is to have them convert into a lead for you. So I would put that up here, right up top, just as much as you can.
Okay.
And then of course, everything else that's here is great and you should have it here. But just take advantage of the above the fold, because when someone lands on a website, whether they found this on social media or from a pin and they landed on your blog and then they decided, oh, well, what's the homepage say? What's on our homepage? You just have a couple of seconds before they get distracted or they decide that this isn't for them. And if you aren't super clear and it isn't super easy for them to see, you can miss that opportunity. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. You kind of cut out just for a hair there, but I think everything you said was clear before that.
Okay, awesome. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. That was very, very helpful. Thank you so much.
Of course. Awesome. Let me see. Yeah, I would take that because it's what you have for now. I mean, don't scrap it and go try to create an entirely new thing. Just start offering that ebook right up here up top. Right? Until you decide on something that's a little punchier. And again, the thing with lead magnets, you guys, for those of you who are creating funnels, you don't know how well one is going to work until you've really worked it for a period of time. Now, the conventional knowledge is right now, typically speaking, something that is bigger, like an ebook, is something that's a little better served in the funnel where people who already have an established trust and relationship with you, and they're going to feel more inclined to pay attention to what you have to say. However, you, again, like in your case, you've got a ton of written credibility, what am I looking for? Letters behind your name. You could be giving talks right now. And then of course, at the end of your talk, you can say, go over to shoshanachurch.com and get my free ebook so that you can learn for yourself what you can do. Now, if you have just provided a high value piece of content like that, maybe you've been a guest on someone's webinar or a podcast or something to that effect, or you've done like a great YouTube video, then yeah, people may very well come get it, right? So consider doing something like that, like putting yourself out there and taking advantage of the fact that you already have built-in credibility from the investments you've already made in yourself, and that you should really lean into those things because they will help to grab attention.
Okay, thanks.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So let me see. Is there anyone else who's here, or, if we have any other questions around this, or if Dana, if you want to come back and talk some more, we've got a couple more minutes. I want you to feel really good about moving forward. Pop your hand up if you want to chat a little more. Let me see.
I see Dana has another question in the Q&A, so maybe if she's still around. I don't know.
Yeah. Come on,
yeah,
come on back out, Dana. Here. Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk again. Here, Dana.
So that prompted a question for me, but you're welcome to fire off the rest of my website if you want to, because I could cover a lot of things. When you were just talking about somebody that's already in the funnel and then maybe offering them something like an ebook later, do you keep all your funnel content behind a registration wall, meaning it's not available anywhere else?
Correct. Yeah, because what purpose what purpose would it serve for them to share their contact information with you if they could easily get that stuff anywhere, right? Like why would someone, and this is, to take it a step further, why would someone pay for information that they could go find from you on YouTube?
Yeah.
This is that just a little bit, a little bit earlier in the process.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So do you have any ideas or anything come up for you around like maybe what you might want to offer or maybe who it's for?
Well, I have a million of them. And I think that's why I'm struggling with this, is because I could easily make blog articles, but then it's like, at what point do you sort of have the fish on the hook and say, okay, now go out here? To me, sometimes that feels cheesy, right? Sure. to me as a consumer of that kind of information, I'm like, just tell me, right? And if I feel like I'm giving my registration information over and over and over again, and then in comes all this email, I delete a lot of email, right?
That's fair. A lot of us do. But for those of us who are looking for an answer, and we find someone who is speaking to us, who has shared some of those answers with us. Now, I'm not saying that all of the value that you have to offer is something that you put behind a landing page. Nobody is ever going to do anything with that. You have to prove yourself, because these are strangers, right? You have to prove yourself first. And that's what your content is all about. That's what getting, doing your YouTube videos and your blogs, that's what that's all about, is establishing who you are, who you're for, what you're about, and how you can help them. And then when you're bringing them this opportunity to get onto a landing page and then get a lead magnet from you, what you're doing is you're giving those people who already like what you have to say and are paying attention to what you're doing a chance to just come a little closer, get a little deeper. It's a breadcrumb trail. Not everybody's going to follow it, and that's okay. And some people will follow it and they'll get to the other side of the landing page and be like, no, maybe this isn't for me. And that's okay too. But the thing is once people have found your content, they like your content. And just imagine this. So you've got a guide on, on the seven best foods and supplements to make sure your senior dog, lives a comfortable, long, happy life, right? You've worked on this thing. It's a valuable thing. It's based on your experience. It's not, anybody could go out and Google what supplements are good for dogs and find like 20 million different articles. But you have your own experience. Your values align with your right person in a way that when they interact with your information, and you've done this before, you have gone to and searching for information, and especially video in particular for this. If you ever listen to somebody talk and they like kind of turn you off and you're like, I can't, like I can't suffer your voice, right? Then they go in the other direction. You would go in the other direction. Similar with writing styles. Like some of us are for us and some of us are not for us. And you've got your people and they're going to love what you have to say. But basically what you're doing is you are establishing out into the bigger world a huge trail of breadcrumbs. Here's all these little things that I know that I just want to give you. I want the world to know this. I want this to help you. And hey, if you like this, I've got something that will help you even more if you want to come check it out. I'm going to keep giving you all this free stuff out here. Follow my blog, follow my YouTube. Not going to ask for a penny from you, but from time to time, I'm going to offer you something. And that's where here's the ebook that I made. Here's a video series that I made. And it's a higher value thing that helps them get or have or know or be or do a thing that they haven't been able to do previously. And they're going to love that and respect you for that. And the people who just from wherever in the world who find a blog post that you wrote about a homemade dog treat recipe, who turns out has a senior and just really loved your guide, and they email you back because your campaign has a message in it that says, hey, I'm a real person and I like to talk to real people about their pets. Hit reply and tell me about your dog, right? And then this person starts a conversation with you, or they go and they join your lead group or whatever. That's the perfect person for you to have a conversation about Young Living with, right?
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, the whole point of all of this is not to turn the GetOiling website into a bunch of little robots that automatically sign people up for Young Living. But what we do with this process is we get people used to hearing our voice or reading our words, respecting what we have to say, seeing us as knowing and understanding them well, and then opening up opportunities for us to have one-on-one conversations, because that's what gets people started with Young Living, right? Is this one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, I think
you got it.
I think I'm just afraid, and it makes no sense that it's a completely irrational thing, but it's like I had a different website before and it generated absolutely zero traction. Nobody found me. Nobody saw, and so I want to start out and do things better and not waste energy on things that aren't going to work. And then I don't want things that people are going to go, well, that was useless, And I know it's not, but it's like so far 0 people have signed up for my current lead magnet. 0. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do different.
Have you been through all of Go for Gold step
Not
by
yet.
step
You
and
know that.
completed every step?
That.
I promise you, Dana. And that community is so supportive. You can get feedback in there on different elements. You want to come back on here, like complete the first step of Go for Gold, and then
Okay.
have that funnel made. Come back here. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'm guilty of signing up for that and HBR all at the same time.
Honey, we all do it.
Can't do both.
We all do it. I think I signed up for a mastermind and 3 courses myself this year, and I have not completed one of them yet. So you're not alone. This happens. It's
tomorrow
okay.
is a new day to get back to GetOiling.
Yes, it is. And make sure, again, just as you're going through that process and you've got something visible that we can see and look at together, hop on the calendar, get on one of these sessions, and we can work through it together. Okay.
Terrific.
Awesome. Thank you for coming out. All right. Hey team, can we Brady Bunch, guys? Can we turn video back on? Hang out before we go. I see you guys have been getting on through all the Q&A here. Thank you all for being here today, and we're so blessed to be a part of helping you grow. If you would actually, guys, if you want to like say something, please. There we go.
I can start if we're saying something.
Yes, let's
Hello,
talk.
everyone.
I think people don't see you guys that much, so.
No, yeah, my name is Jessica, in case you haven't met me yet. I help with the support emails, so yeah, and my dogs have just been chilling out in the background for this whole thing, so yeah.
Awesome, yeah, we're dog people around here.
Hello, everybody. We hope you enjoyed today's session, and it's always fun to listen to Ashley's training and to go through your guys' websites and seeing all the pages that you guys are creating and everything. And we thank you guys.
I'll jump on while I have a moment. I have a 9-month-old in the background that has been playing and making lots of noise. So thank God for the mute button on Zoom here. Otherwise you guys would hear that a lot. Teething. It's a wonderful thing. Anyways, my name's Colin. For any of you folks that don't know me, I am one of the folks that'll be answering any of your support questions. She's having a wonderful day. I'm going to mute myself now. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us here. Certainly, it's been another awesome couple of reviews. I don't know if there was a third person who was supposed to be. There's somebody asking about it in the Q&A, but if not,
so we have
reschedule. So
yeah, we have 2 slots.
Okay.
We have 2 slots for each one, so it'll show you. It goes over to a booking page. So yeah, if you see it open, if you go to getoiling.com/website review, that'll put you in and you can actually pick a date that has availability. Definitely.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. It's always exciting to see everyone and share a little bit of the love here too. So thanks.
Definitely. Awesome. All right. Kim, did you get to say hi?
No, but it's kind of chaotic and everything. So if you haven't seen like 600 kids running behind me, it's our off day for school. So today is like a virtual day, and they have friends over to help do homework. So there's actually 5 kids at my house doing school at the kitchen table. But no, I'm really happy to be working with you guys, and I love today because I got a weenie. So yes, whoever was doing that that website with the wiener dog on it, we resonate with you guys here. So I just wanted to tell you guys all out there that we really do love helping you guys with your websites and all your questions, and you guys really do. I think most everybody has a lot more that they can what do I want to say? Sorry. That they know a lot more than what they actually think they do. Like, just to have the confidence to get out there and actually implement it and not be stuck on all the analysis all the time, to just put out a clear message there and people will come. So don't worry so much about, having everything perfect and doing all of that, before you can even get it out to anybody. Or you might be waiting a really long time. And always just let us know if you need help. We don't mind send you guys screenshots or doing short little videos or trying to answer your questions through our support channel. That's what we're here for. And we love helping you guys out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, we'll be back here same time next week. GetOiling.com/weekly work session. If you want to be on here, look at that little paw waving. Oh my God. And then, yes, Susan, we would love to. And I think you're in Florida, right? So obviously, yes. And if you want a website review, GetOiling.com/website review. And we will get you on schedule. You can pick your time and date, or your date rather. It's always this time. And we'll go from there. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.